This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so today I'm going to talk about the Rundeck. So in SRE we have so many tools, and Rundeck is one of the another popular tools which we use. Now this tool is basically owned by PagerDuty. So they have a two versions of it. One is like a community which is free for everyone, and then PagerDuty has bought this product and commercialized this and made it enterprise. So that is the one versions we have it. So if you look at this timeline, we have these are the features which got attached to the PagerDuty. I mean, sorry, Rundeck. So Pager into 2020, PagerDuty acquired this product actually. Now, most important thing is what exactly you can do using Rundeck. So I'll put it in a very simple way. Uh, let's say you have a production environments. Okay, use case number one. You have a production environments, and in the production environments, you have to do some troubleshooting, some sort of research or troubleshooting, debugging on and all you want to do. Now the problem here is for the production environments, you can't simply give SSH access to anyone, right? Development, testing team, or operations team, you cannot give that access directly. So that will be a concern, right? By mistake, also they may modify anything, and then again it will be nightmare for everyone. So the question is, how can you give access, controlled access, to the production environments, and the same time not sharing the access? For example, you don't have to share the password and keys, but still using some UI, they can access the production servers and run the certain commands, whatever it is, and do the debugging. And you will have complete information on who's running what command, what was the output. It's like a complete audit control. You have it. So, do we have any tools for that matter? And that is where the Rundeck primarily use cases will come. Okay, so this is the something which you have resolve urgent incident in real time, reduce toil, and operate faster with self-service automations and so many things. So these are the primary use cases, but because this tool has a many other functionalities also, so you can use for many other purpose. For example, you can automate the some of the environment production environment related stuff using this tool, self service. So many things you can do that in this server. Okay, so this is something like at a high level you need to know. But again, uh, I have a complete detailing uh, in LMS, so you can go through that, which will be around 8 to 10 hours of it, where I have discussed and demo many things actually. So you can check that also if you want to know more about it. But right now, my priority would be to teach you how to get started with Rundeck and how can you use this. So this was a pretty latest videos. You see that May to 2025, and you have a 10 recordings all already available as part of advance. So yeah, so Rundeck you can consider as a three use cases. Using Rundeck, you can debug in production, okay, with without sharing access, and same time audit control. Audit control means anyone who wants, anyone who's doing what, it's a complete control. You will have it. Second thing which you can do is like self-service. That means you want to do some activities, let's say disk cleanup, or you want to do something like some log cleanup and some process troubleshooting or something like that. So in that case you can use Rundeck. And apart from that, you can use Rundeck for deployments also, production alike deployment. So here they have a Ansible support actually, so you can deploy using this. So basically Rundeck will allow you to have a production environment access in a controlled way. Controlled way means uh, that way there's a less chances of having problems in the compromising the server security and production security. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes.
Okay. So now the question is, how can we install Rundeck? Because the moment I installed, you will have a visualizations of many things. So let me get one server actually. So here, let me create one server. Now this server which I'm going to create is Ubuntu, and this is Rundeck. And now um, T2 large. T2 large means 2 CPU, 8 GB RAM is sufficient for it. Now let me open up, select one case, and I will open up all the firewalls for time being. This is the bad practice, but just to avoid any complexity during the demo. And 30 GB disk is sufficient. So these are the setups, and I created. Okay, so this machine I'm going to use it. Let me putty Ubuntu, and I'll become a root sudo hyphen s. Okay, so this is my machines where I'm going to install Rundeck. How do we install? So I told you there are two versions of it, enterprise and then community. So I'm going to install the uh, community version, but if you want to try the enterprise one, you can go for it. So here you see OSS means community, but commercial also you can try. You need to get some license key from them. So if you fill the form, they'll give you the license form, and then you can explore few more extra options for that. Okay, so this one is the one. Now in order to save time, I have all these commands already, so I'm going to use my notes here. So how to install and configure Rundeck, I think this will help me. Okay, so now these are the requirement documents. I think you should read it. The first thing which you need is Java. Okay, now Java is a new VM, right? So I don't have a Java here. So 17, the JDK, I'm installing it. The latest version they are supporting is 17 only. So let me install this. And GRE is already there as part of JDK, so no need to install GRE separately. And this spelling mistake actually. So Java hyphen version, right? So 17 installed. So this you can do that. Now you have to download the package. Now you can download the package from here. Okay, that you can do that. But also you can use this one. Now, if I look at these notes, it's up to date because I'm downloading the Rundeck 5.x, which is the latest version. So I think I updated this notes recently. So you can use this one. But if it is an older one, then download from here. Okay. So that is a something which you have to do that. So let me download this, go to OPT and download this package. I think it is working. And here I'm moving that to Debian package because this is a Debian package and rename to Debian. Now give the permissions and then install this. Okay, so this command will install the Debian package and done. So installation is done, and after that you have to uh, do all this work. So this is for learnings. Remember this path. Whatever the configuration for Rundeck you have in the etc. This file is most important one. Okay, for the configuration changes. Now uh, uh, that Rundeck is installed, but the problem is Rundeck by default mapped to the local host. Why? Because Rundeck is using Grail as a server, web server. Rundeck is developed in Java and they're using Grail as a web server. So Grail web server is mapped with the local host. That means you cannot use the public IP address for that. So if you want to access the public IP address, because in AWS we have public IP address, right? So you have to go and change this variable of the IP address in this file. Okay, so I'm going to modifying this change, and you see here Grail server version localhost to IP address. This you have to do that only for the AWS. If you are trying in the laptop, you don't need to do that. Okay, so this is for accessing. Now if you look at this file, Rundeck is using by default H2 database, but you can migrate to SQL, PostgreSQL and all, any RDBMS, that is possible. And few more settings are there. You should look at it. This is the place where the Rundeck applications will be there. And so just remember this path actually. Okay, so good to go. Now I'm going to start the services. This command will do that in Ubuntu. But again, if you have a different operating system and if you have used different uh, packages, then you know that you have to perform that as per the operating system. So it is failed to start. uh, I'm checking why is that so. Oh, this service itself is, so this command is not working. Okay, so this command is not working. Maybe this package failed to create any services. So there is an alternative also, which I can tell you. And just a second. So this command also you can try. Okay, this command. So enter and status. Okay, done. Now I'll do one thing because many of you will get confused. So I'll modify that line and add it because it depends on the package which you installed. It automatically supports that command. So it's all OS level commands. You need to understand that. So let me, or these three commands: stop and restart status. Okay, you understood, right, all of you?
Yes, understood.
How to start the Rundeck services. So this way you can get it. Now I modified everything in order to get an access. Now the port number is 4440. That's HTTP port. Okay, you can convert it to HTTPS also if you want it, and good to go. So this is the IP address and 4440. Okay, now I have not blocked this port number, so I am assuming the status is running. You see here Rundeck is running, but I am not able to get that website. So service is running, so from here it's everything is correct. Now I just want to make sure that I have a port open, and for that let me check the security group, because I selected 27 security group. Yeah, there is a problem here. So I should have selected another one which allow the more uh, port opening, but here it's only 22, 80 and all. So I'll do one thing. It's a bad practice. I am allowing everything because I don't want to get lost in the port issues right now. So I'm allowing everything. Rather, you should allow 4440 only, and refresh. So now this is the Rundeck. Now username is admin and password also, I think admin. Here it is. So this is your Rundeck, and mind it, it is a community edition OSS version. Okay. Now what you can do. So if you look at this, you have a couple of options in the setting button. This mostly, if you are an admin, you will see these options actually. Okay. So here, key storage, what you have. So here you can upload the keys and password and protect it and use it as a variable in your automations. So that way you don't have to share with anyone this key. So key storage, one way you can use it. Here Rundeck, you can allow the role-based access control also. You can add the users and policies and all this thing, you can do that. And here you can store all the logs um, at certain place. Logs means whatever the jobs you are doing, because it's all about the production environment, right? If you want to enhance some functionality of Rundeck, you can install the plugins. It's a plugin based architecture. So you see here, not installed, all installed, and all kind of things. So extra feature, if you want, you can go for the plugins and some password utility, user summary, system informations and all. But the important feature which you have is here. Here you can create a project, and that is where that all the features will be explored. So let's create one projects here, one dummy projects. Let's say you want to manage the DevOps school. So server. So this project I am creating and created. Okay. Now they're asking you to add a nodes to these projects. Now the question is, what is nodes? So for that matter, you have to understand a little bit of architecture. So what happens? This is you, and you as a SRE and ops engineer, and this is your Rundeck running in your some server. Now Rundeck, you write some jobs here, just like a Jenkins job. You write a jobs here. Okay, something similar to Jenkins only. Okay, please understand that. Do not give the special treatment. Something similar to Jenkins features only, but this is primarily built for Jenkins is primarily built for CI/CD. Rundeck is primarily built for managing the production environments, uh, toils and ad hoc work and stuff like that. So here you have a jobs, but these jobs you write some steps, right? Some commands and all where it will run. So this required some executor node, just like in Jenkins we had a slave concept, right? So this we required a node. So you can add as many nodes, Windows, Linux, whatever it is, and then whatever the jobs you write it in that command script, it will run here. Then output you can see at Rundeck. That is how it has been designed. Are you understanding?
Yes. Can you explain this again? Actually.
See, in the I'm going to create a job here. I created a project. I'm creating a job. In the job, I'll
Okay.
write one command, one script, one more command, one more script, some curl, and this, that. All these are steps, code. But
Okay.
this code will execute somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Compute unit. So for this
Mm-hmm.
executing, you need one node server where this will execute, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
whatever the status of executions will
Mm-hmm.
will store at Rundeck, so you can see okay it's a success or failure right now.
Okay.
So where this executions will happen, and that
Okay.
executions will happen in a node. Okay, node.
Okay. As a testing perspective.
And for running any automations, any commands, any script, it will be required some compute unit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now
Got it.
here if you see they're asking to create a nodes, but I'm not adding a nodes. Why? So actually, when you install the Rundeck, one you see local nodes. This node is already added. You can add additional.
Rajesh, we lost you in between. I believe if you can share the screen once again.
Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, now it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the project which I created, you have a project settings, and here is a node. So here you can find out all the nodes which you have added. Okay. So right now, if you see the local host node is already there. So that means I can add additional node if I need it. Okay. And one node is already there for me, which is sufficient. Okay. Now questions you may have ask, how can I add additional node? So here just type rundeck adding node DevOps school. Okay. So Linux and Windows both welcome. So here you Linux node and Windows node. Hmm. Here you have a tutorials and LMS you have a videos also. So for that matter, you have this. Okay. So now this DevOps server is a little bit slow from last couple of days. I don't know what is happening. I'll need to check. So I'll check after this session. But yeah, here you have these all the steps for adding nodes. But in my case, I have a nodes already here. Okay. So already here. So now that is done. So what do we do in this case? So I'll go to my um, project. Here you have a project DevOps school, and here I want to create a jobs which is like you want to automate something. So you say, Rajesh, I don't want to automate. I just want to run some ad hoc commands in the node. Node means that production environment. This one for me is a production environment. This can be from the production environment. This can be production, staging, UAT, whatever it is. This main server you have to add as a node. So let's say you want to add some ad hoc commands. I don't want to schedule the jobs and automate all this thing. So how do you do that? You see commands here, and here this command you can run anywhere in any nodes which you have attached. Typically, you'll have a production nodes added. So right now I'm selecting show all nodes. Right now only one nodes, and here I want to run one command ls. Enter. See here, I got the output. It got run in localhost only, but I got output. And you can run literally any commands from here without having access to SSH and keys. That's the beauty of Rundeck. Now you are understanding?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said like we can run in other environment nodes as well, right? From the production. So how
Yes.
it will be accessible to that in pro to non-prod environment or staging environment?
Ha. So you have to add someone, I mean, who's the admin of the Rundeck, no? This
Hmm.
machine, which is a part of the production, this machine need to be added as a node here, and then you can run this.
Okay. Okay.
Just like localhost is on one node, right? Which is default. So you select here, I selected all nodes. Here you can select local. Let's say here, local, full name you have to give, local host. See, so like that, if you use some server one, select this one and run this command over there. So you have to add a node, multiple nodes for that.
Okay. So that
Got it?
that required some credential or access, right, to the production from
That's
non-prod.
a one time. See, for that's a that's a one time work done by
Okay.
administrator of Rundeck. But look at this your perspective. I'm the user of the production. I want to troubleshoot. I want to see how much CPU and RAM I'm having it. So
Hmm.
for that you don't need a no one is asking, hey, give me the keys, give me the what do you say, um, um, give me the password, all this thing, right? Correct
Yeah.
now. So there's
Good.
some, if I run the top, I got some error was okay. Top command is not returning, so you won't get any response actually. Top command never responds. So for that you have to do some other commands actually. See here, this is the output. So you don't look at the other perspective. You did not have access, but still you are running in the production.
Hmm.
So that is the
Good.
main use case of
Okay.
Rundeck. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you say, Rajesh, there is one work which I am doing regularly. What work? So I every week I have to come and clean up my logs in the production server. So how do you automate this self-service job to reduce the MTTR, mean time to respond, or whatever it is, and you want to automate? How can you do that? So yes, I can do that. So for that you have a jobs. So ad hoc commands you can run from the commands, and from the jobs here you can just like a Jenkins job. Okay, don't take it too much seriously. Here you have. So what I'm going to do under the project DevOps school, I'm going to create a job. What job? So clean up logs, something like that. Anything, it can be literally anything. Clean up logs. This is the jobs description. Okay. Now inside that there's workflows. Here, this is important. Now I would suggest you these all are self-explanatory. Okay. These are the three strategies you have: node first, parallel, and sequential. Now, you know what? The beauty of it, You don't have to ask me. The moment you use it, here you have it. When you select the node first, entire logic has been explained. Parallel and sequential. That means this is the side, whatever the job you are writing, that will run in the node, of course, yes. But what strategy? Node first strategy, parallel strategy, or sequential strategy? These are the one. But right now I have hardly one node, so not to explore much. Now, most important thing is here steps. Here, literally, you can run any commands, any scripts, or Ansible code, or some extra code also. See here, node steps, workflow steps. Node steps means it will run in the node. Workflow steps is for the automating the workflows, entire workflows. But right now, node step is sufficient. So any commands here, command script, web script, job reference, other jobs, Ansible playbook, copy a file, local command, some data node set steps or something. Now you say, Rajesh, I want to run something special which is not there. Some steps I want to do which is not there. So command you can use it for anything if you know the commands. But sometimes you need a automation. Sometimes you are very addicted to the web forms, just like this Ansible kind of option, you should get it. So very addicted to that. So in that case, what you want, what to do, that is where the plugins will come into the picture. Plugins, the one which I showed you here. So a hell lot of plugins are there which you can install it, and you will get a more steps here. These are the basic steps. Okay, free one. But free and paid both steps, you'll get it extra one under the plugins. You install the plugin, but right now it's not needed. Why I came here? To clean up the logs. So which logs I want to clean up? So why this? What is IP address for this? Just a second. My SSH got terminated. And what was that? Ubuntu, right? Yeah. So what I want to do, clean up of the log. So usually what you would do, you come to var logs log enter. Now which file you want to clean up? So let's say you want to clean up this log which is filling a lot. Just imagine uh, um, some files. Let's say this file, okay, or auth log you want to clean up which is filling up a log. So same thing, come to commands. Here run the commands rm var log, done, simple. Or you should add force delete, you need remove auth log. So like this you can run any things actually. Now this is the one steps here. Let me tell you here, this is the one job, one steps. Inside that jobs you can have as many steps you want, but the structure I want to show you little bit of it, so in that way you will understand that how can you plan the job. So just give me 2 seconds. Just a second. Terminology. Actually, I'm not looking for the descriptions. I'm looking for structure. So this flow is good. Okay, you created projects, define a node, create a job, configuring the workflow, and then execute it, execution or not, and stuff like that. But I'm looking for something else. So let me do one thing. I don't want to draw something. Create a mapping of a Rundeck project with multiple jobs, and each jobs each jobs have multiple steps, and how each jobs, not steps, each jobs attached to the node and other related right information. I'm just trusting this guy. Info of Rundeck workflow. Now I had an image, but I'm not searching my slides because it will take time. ChatGPT is faster. So now they have given me whole YAML file, which I was not expecting. Okay, I've asked him. I forgot to ask him the image actually. Image only. Okay, so I think this is summary is good. Project you see here contains jobs, multiple jobs. Okay, and each jobs, okay, example here you have a, you can run any jobs, and each jobs you have a multiple steps. This visualization is not good. Let me wait for it. Meanwhile, yeah, this is a good, yeah, I was looking for. So it's very simple. Look at this here. You have a project, and project you have a multiple jobs, and each jobs you have a multiple steps. This each steps can be command, script, or anything else such which you want to do. And this will be each jobs you can map to, remember jobs you can map to the node. Okay, I repeat, jobs you can map to the nodes. So that image somewhere I'm having. Just a second, I'll show you that image. How is here, this one. See here, uh, you see that job executors, which is matched to the target nodes. That is what I was trying to do. Let's see that. Okay, so I think this is a good image also. See here, project, which is like workflows. You have a multiple jobs, each jobs you have a multiple steps, but you look at this, jobs attached to the node. This visualization is not up to date, but yeah. So did you understand what I was trying to say?
Yes.
Okay, so that way you can plan multiple things. But anyways, one steps is okay. Another steps I'm also adding echo welcome to DevOps school. Now these commands and script can be literally anything, whatever you want to do. For example, some of the stuff I'll give you: disk cleanup, log cleanup, service start, um, some commands to get the stats of the server. You want to do some deployment using Ansible, Share, Puppet, and all kind of things. Kubernetes deployments you can do through this. Anything, literally you can do anything. Okay, and then create. So I created one job, but you can have a multiple jobs also. So here I got the one jobs. Here cleanup jobs. I can create one more jobs, and this job I'll say disk space query. Simple. I'm putting in a very simple way, so you don't have to complicate. So here command and du hyphen sh df hyphen kh disk space, I'll get to know. Okay, what is this? This is there only. Done. So I created two jobs, one projects and two jobs. Now these two jobs, you want to run it. So before that, I want to show you, I want to tell you everything you can track here. Let's say I run some commands, ad hoc commands, remember? Sorry. So I want to know who run it. See that good information you have. Who run this command, ls command? Admin run. What time it run? You have here. What was the output? Click on it. You will. So that's a one huge cases for Rundeck. So anyone who's running the any commands, you have a complete audit control in the production environments. So no one can say, hey, I did not run this command, or uh, uh, I did not do anything, because you are controlling everything. This means security guys or production control team is knowing everything, who's running what, and why he is running. See here, complete details you have, in which boxes you run. So that way you can control the entire environments and their access. So this is the way to visualize this Rundeck. Are you understanding?
So this could be a scheduled job also, or we have to run it manually.
That's what I said. No, if you want to schedule the job, so I was creating jobs, but I was
Yeah.
showing you the anything, whether it's done by the ad hoc or jobs, it will be
Oh, got it.
recorded. It
Yeah, that
recorded.
could work. Got it.
Yeah. So now this was the stuff. So activity, you have to look at this. Now you cannot delete this. Here bulk delete is there. Why? Because I am the super admin. But typically you will not give this kind of access to the your operations team. Okay, so coming back to the jobs, I created one project, two jobs, small one, and now I want to run it. So let's go ahead and run it. Now here, this is the way I run it. It will be passed because it failed actually. Why is got failed? So one got failed, that's okay, and second not get started. So here there is a multiple scenarios you can say. Why it got failed? I know that answer. You have the answer also. Uh, but second, also I wanted to run it. So what do we do in this case? So let me go to the jobs, uh, jobs, edit just jobs, and go to the workflows. And here I want uh, one thing to be there, and that is I want to just a second. I want to allow that even though if there is one failure, others should continue. And for that matter, I am just checking that option somewhere. Here, see here. This is the options. If a steps fail, stop or running. I select running and save it. So many options are there, and now run it. So now one will fail and another should go and pass. Okay. So you see, okay, and then command was here, but one got failed. Why? So I was knowing actually this uh, author.log, you see here, author.log is owned by which user? So syslog user, correct now?
Hmm.
Now the next question is, syslog user is having the better privileges. Now ownership of this file belong to the syslog and ADM. But rundeck, this command, who's running this command? So this command is running by user called rundeck. Let me show you. Grep rundeck. See here, this is the user who's running your rundeck. So what to do now? So this is the admin work. Rundeck, you can add into the some of the groups where you have a wide privileges. That's one options. Second options, what you can do, just to avoid, this is the was setting, I am 755. 755, I think executor and this one. Would he get access? I think so. Let me check. So now you'll be able to delete because I assigned this others also, this one, or more you can do that, like change the ownership, all these things, you know that. So now this way you can check this. So always keep in mind if some commands are failing in the Rundeck. Are you there? Are you there? Hello, Manu? Hello?
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so this was failed and this was passed because of the problem. So now what you can do this. So this is the way you can create a jobs. Now this jobs I am triggering manually, but what about if you want to schedule it? How can you do that? Very easy way. Go to this edit this job and here you see schedule options. Here it is. So it's like a cron one. Okay, schedule to run repeatedly. Yes. Okay, and here you can see enable scheduling, allow this job to be scheduled. Yes. Enable execution. Yes. Now when you want every day, every month, or some particular cron, you can set. It's like a simple cron. It's simple. So you can enable whatever you want and then save it. So now this jobs will run automatically. So now you saw that how can we set up the Rundeck to run this whole infrastructure in efficient way. That means the benefit of having this is like you are using everything, and I mean you are able to run the commands in the production environment without having access to production environment. Same time, anyone can run any commands, but audit controls will be there. Who runs what time, in which node, and everything. You can also create a jobs to schedule the activities. This is primarily used for the toil management, ad hoc works, and all which you want to automate it.
Hello, Rajesh. I got dropped off. Hello.
Okay, so I think Sujit
No,
also got dropped off,
network issue.
but
Yeah.
yeah, no problem. Okay, so this was something which you have to do. So this is the primary use cases. Many options you will have in the project settings. For here you have some extra options here. Uh, these all are self-explanatory, and some edit notes is the most important one. Okay, here you can add a more notes where you can do that stuff, and some of the delete project backup and all, that's not important so far. Okay, so this is the run deck. Any questions you have? Okay, one last thing which I want to tell you, and that through the visuals I need it, and that is just I want to show you something which is a very important one. This one. Okay, so now the one of the advantage of Rundeck is to have the node external, but you may have a question what kind of protocol between the Rundeck server and the Rundeck nodes, what can you have it. So typically when we talk about the Linux to Linux, if Rundeck is in Linux and node is also in Linux, then SSH, which is supported, on which you know. But if it is a Rundeck is Linux and your node is in Windows, WinRM protocol is supported. That means you can have Windows node also. By the way, Rundeck support telnet also, network calls, network things also you can do that. Rundeck support API also, using like any API operations you want to do. And Rundeck can connect with the nodes through HTTPS as well. Okay, so these are the method which is supported, out of which SSH and WinRM is the most popular one for connecting the Windows node and Linux node. Okay, so this is the Rundeck. Any questions which you have?
No, Rajesh.
Okay, so try it out. Very simple tool, nothing more fancy and all. Whatever you know, let's say Ansible, Chef, Puppet, Docker, Kubernetes. Uh, this will save your time. That's all. Using that, you can do anything in the production, and this will save time. Now, a little bit of more features we have in the enterprise version, in terms of role-based access control. I mean, basically authentication authorization, which is for the good for the enterprises and all. So that is there, but again, it's a paid option and by the pager duty. So once you are comfortable with the community version, then, and if your organization is opting for this tool, then probably you can look for the enterprise one. Okay, so this is the one. Now let's have one break for 10 minutes, and then after the break I'll talk about the app dynamics. Will that be okay?